morning, good afternoon, good evening, wherever and whenever you happen to be watching. This is Risco in Tokyo coming at you with another iteration of the Streaming Pile. Now, if you are wondering what the Streaming Pile is, it is a collection of LBP level plays that we've played on stream. I started the series because Sony shut down the servers, and I really enjoyed making LBP videos, and it was really the only way to do that was cutting up our old VODs and putting them together as individual level videos. Also, I kind of realized it took a while that asking people to watch a 3-hour VOD, even if it's on a topic that they enjoy, is kind of more effort than a lot of people have to give for something like LBP. I understand, I get it. But the original plan was, once we reached the point in the VODs where Sony shut down the servers, and that was going to be the end of the series. And after 2 years and 1,179 levels, we were going to reach that point. Except in 2025, a dear friend and wonderful human being, Supam, gifted me with a refurbished laptop that would let us stream from the laptop, which meant that we could use my PS3. And since there is the entire dry archive with about 10 million levels, minus the ones that are broken, hey, we don't have to stop community level streams. And that means that the Streaming Pile can return Mark II, Dry Archive Tours. Yay! And here we are with that. Now, if you're returning, or if you're new, and things that aren't going to be changing, the level plays are still going to be uploaded twice daily, at least at the start. We will eventually have to go to a 1 episode per day upload schedule because otherwise we'll have gaps where there wouldn't be any uploads, and that would kind of suck. But for a while it's going to be 2 a day. I am still a everyday getting older woman who streams after work. I don't always have a lot of energy, there is distraction from chat, and I am focused on keeping things kind of fun. So we don't always play the levels as well or as thoroughly as they could be played. If you'd like better versions of those levels, do check out the Little Big Archive, which is a series that I go a lot more in depth into playing through the levels, especially in the more recent episodes. So do check those out. They're pretty cool, I like to think. Because we are in the modern era, so to speak, and my political opinions are pretty much what they are. There's not going to be too much shifting, but I am still human. I do still have bad takes. I make mistakes. I misspeak. There's something that you hear me say in a video and you think, hey, that's not right. That's kind of fucked up. Do please leave a comment or ask a question, or even if you're just, have a fun comment or question, leave those. I am thinking of doing a secondary mailbag video series if there are very interesting comments or questions I'd like to address more than I can in a YouTube reply. I'm going to be looking at them there, so who knows, someday your name could be in lights. Now, there are going to be some changes going forward. One of them, and a really big important one, is that these videos will no longer be family friendly. When we started doing the LBP streams, and there was still a chance that we might get like actual children in chat, and so we adjusted our topics and our language to kind of match that possibility. But seeing as the games have been delisted, the servers have been shut down, and even LBP 3 is over 10 years old now, the chance that we get like real kids in chat is basically zero at this point. And so I do, in fact, sometimes say fuck. Sometimes I say fuck an awful lot. If you're sensitive to that, and I don't judge you for being so, or if you're in a location where hearing a weird trans girl shout out fuck, 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 shit, fuck, would get you in trouble, do please keep that in mind when you are watching the videos. Now, on a technical level, something that's a little bit important, particularly for LBP2 levels, we play these levels through my Moon because they're all downloaded save data from the dry archive, which means that level links are broken. So when we have levels that have links in them, we actually have to leave the level manually and then go into the new level, the second part of the level or third part of the level from the moon. And that is a little bit clunky. There's not really anything we can do to avoid that. There are going to be some levels early on where maybe I didn't realize that I needed to look for a part 2 to that level and we've only got the part 1. Basically, it's the way it goes. There's not really anything I can do to address that. Interestingly, when we were playing on the PS4 and playing through PS3, and every now and then we would run into levels, LBP1 and LBP2 levels that were broken in LBP3. Now that we're playing on the PS3, and sometimes we do run into the opposite problem where levels that were made on the PS4 don't necessarily run exactly the same way on the PS3. We see that in levels that are very visually busy or have a lot of like sound effects going on. You'll notice it when we play through some of Chronos 453's levels. Every now and then we do run into levels that actually can't be played, like Aqua Gaming 7's Forsaken. I think that's what it was called. It's rare, but it does come up. It is kind of funny that it worked out that way, but it is periodically a thing. I don't think there's anything else that's really changed beyond that. And I think that pretty much covers everything that we needed to cover here. If any of that sounds interesting and you'd like to join us live, we do these streams every other Friday at 8 p.m. Tokyo time. You're more than welcome to join us and hang out. We're always liking to see new members in the community. And, you know, who knows, as a warning, lads out there, prolonged exposure to the empty room, you might discover that you're actually a girl. It happened to me. This does happen. Just as a warning, I'm being a little bit silly, but seriously, do join us. We're a bunch of weird folks. It's very friendly, it's very welcoming, and we're very queer supportive, of course. We're super left-leaning. You may find yourself wanting to destroy capitalism, and we should all want to be destroying capitalism. But yeah, I think that pretty much covers everything. So from me, Bisco, here in Tokyo, to all of you out there, wherever you may happen to be, thank you, arigato, arigato, sayonara, see you, and ciao.